question 7, we've got a lot of work to do here. So step 1 though, I could just use my calculator to do this. I've got to find out where this quadratic equals 0. So I'm just going to bring up my calculator and go to my equation solver here. So it's menu A, sorry. Polynomial of degree 2. Just put in the numbers 1, 10, and minus 20. And we've got, it's 5 plus 3 root 5. And the other answer will be 5 minus 3 root 5. That's all we need to do for that. But then we've actually got to sketch these things. So let me draw an axis here. I think we'll start by doing the straight line one. Straight line one, we know it's crossing here at 3. No trouble with that one there. We also need to know where it's crossing the x-axis. And I'll tell you it's going to be 6. This is how I do it. I've got 3 take away a half x equals 0. Add the half x and times by 2. So I've got x equals 6. And there's my straight line there for that one. The other one is the quadratic. Now, we're trying to do this quadratic here. We've already found out where it equals 0, but I could actually do with that as a decimal. So it's going to cross at 11.7. I think I'll make that a little bit longer. And 11.7, it's going to cross here at 11.7. The other point it's going to cross there is at minus 1.7, so minus 1.7 down here. I know it's crossing down here at minus 20 as well, so it's going to look something like that. That's not too bad. That's part B done. Part C says, well, where do they meet then? So for part C, I'm asking, where does quadratic equal straight line? Let's drag all the algebra over to one side. Let's add a half x, so just be careful with the negatives there. Take away 3 there. I mean, if you want to times by 2 and make that a slightly nicer looking quadratic, you could do, but all I'm going to do is solve this on my equation solver again. This time I've got 1 and minus 9.5 and minus 23, and so it gives me that my x answer is 11.5 for one, and the other one at minus 2. Let's just have a look and see if we like those answers. 11.5, yeah, that looks about right for that point there, doesn't it? 11.5 here. And minus 2, yeah, to the left of the minus 1.7, so that's going to be minus 2. It does say find the coordinates, so we are going to need to put these values back in. So if I stick the minus 2 in here, I've got 3 minus half of minus 2, so I think that's just 4. Minus 2, 4 there. And to find the other one there, I've got to stick the 11.5 into here, tap that into your calculator, and that will give you minus 11 quarters. That's that part there. Write down, using set notation, the set of values for which p of x is lower than q of x. So p of x is the straight line. When is the straight line lower than the curve? I think it's here, isn't it? Isn't the straight line lower than the curve there? So that is in when x is less than minus 2. And it's here, isn't it? The straight line is lower than the curve there when x is greater than 11.5. And if I want to use set notation to do that, then I'd be saying it's the union together of those two bits. So it'd be something like sort of this unioned with x is greater than 11.5 there. So a lot of work to do there. I think I've covered it all.